Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Dust or Bust. So a couple days ago I shared that we had an issue with a clearance on rod number 4. Found out what the issue is, so I want to talk through that and then get you guys perspective on some stuff. Before we go into that, I just want to say thanks. I really appreciate the comments, the help, the ideas that folks have shared to help me work through this. So thank you very much. All right, so I found our issue. It's not good. It's not good at all. So the issue is that our journal on our crank is screwed up. So it should be, and this is not the most precision tool, but this can already pick up the issue. So we should have a 2.125 here if we measure here, and you can see here a 2.16, and then here in the middle, you know, here we're 2.165. And then if we rotate it and we take more measurements, you know, it's all over the board. So it's both, it's actually pushed in one direction, so it's not the same front to back, and then it's also not the same, you know, out around. So we have an issue with this journal that needs to be fixed or replaced. So we have a couple different options, and I want to talk through what those options are and get you guys perspective on which way you think we should go. But unfortunately I found another issue while I was looking at this. So I'm gonna flip it over here and show you what I'm talking about. So our deck height, and the way I'm measuring that is, you know, top of the piston here, and these are just the, you know, cheap stock replacement pistons. I know these are new because they're overboard, but the rest of the stuff I don't really know where it came from. But anyways, deck height. So I'm putting it top dead center, and I'm measuring, and what I'm using here is I started with my calipers, and then I went to just doing a gauge block check. I have some gauge blocks, and you know, feel is pretty accurate, at least just to understand if I have an issue. And I have multiple issues here. So if I went through and started measuring everything, and I do have an issue from here to here, so my angle's a little off this way, and then I also have, you know, misalignment with the other deck. So it sucks. It's fairly significant. I want to say that I had a gap here, or the piston to deck was about 110 thou over here, and it's about 130 thou over here. So I mean, you can't see that, but that's not good. I don't want to leave it that way. It was running before, but I just wouldn't feel right about leaving it that way. So that, coupled with the crank, I don't think I have any choice but to strip this thing all the way down and take it to a machine shop. So thankfully I was at a machine shop, a race shop, the other day, so I'll have some videos on that coming shortly. But I'm gonna call them up, and I'm gonna schedule some time to work through this with them. At a minimum, I gotta have the deck corrected, and I need a solution for the crank. All right, so options going forward. When I started this, I had a kit of parts, and I believed that this kit of parts worked, but I didn't know everything about it. A lot of these, like my dad took this apart and sent it for machining 18 years ago. Some parts were bought, some parts were not. I don't really know. This is just, you know, trying to build a plan around what I had. So as much as I hate to change the plan, the fundamentals around that plan are now different. I no longer have a good working crank. So, and now I know a lot more about engines and about where I want to be long term. So some of these, you know, some of these things have changed. I have 3 options on the table. One is I can get my crank remachined and get the balance checked, get it cleaned up, get the deck corrected, keep moving forward. I'm guessing that's probably in 500 bucks, something like that, roughly. I still need to get a quote from the machine shop. Or Scat makes a brand new crank for it that's a little bit better. I'm just assuming this is stock or stock replacement. I don't really know. So Scat makes one that I can put in. It's a little bit better. That's 450 bucks. plus getting the deck milled. So there I'm probably, I don't know, 800 bucks or something like that. Or now that I don't have a working crank, I'm considering just moving forward to somewhere where I kind of want it to be long-term anyways, you know, in the power range I want it to be in, which is go ahead and just do a stroker kit now. If I already got to buy a new crank, I can buy a stroker crank, and I can go ahead and get this decked to a height that works for the compression that I want. Whereas before, like, I still wanted to take time to learn about these things, and I didn't want to deck it. Now that I have to deck it because it's off, I want to go ahead and put it, I want to build a bottom end that's going to last me 10 years of, you know, more desire than lifetime. I'm sure it would last ongoing as is, but want to build something that I'm going to be happy with longer term. So I'm really leaning towards spend the roughly probably $2,000 to get the deck, it's 1,500 bucks for Scat also makes a full conversion kit with nice pistons, nice rods, nice new crank, and with the overbore, I think it comes out to like a 415 displacement or something like that. That should give me a lot of good meaty torque that should keep me happy for a while. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what's the best way to go forward. No matter what, I have to go to the machine shop. So that's going to be my next step, is I'm going to go to the machine shop, kind of do a consultation with them. Unfortunately, we're back to step one. Strip it all the way down and even go back to the machining again, because it's just not right. So sucks, but it is what it is. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's some other options that I should think about, or, you know, I've just been looking at Scat, but if you've had good success with another brand, drop me a note, let me know, and we'll see. So I'll keep you guys posted on how this turns out. But thanks again for watching. Thanks for your input, and we'll talk soon. Take care.